Let's see, over here, we're holding the Maharal. The Gemara quoted a pasuk, the Maharal, page Chav Daled. We'll just start over. Ben Perak Mem Adleikin. Voy emunas itecho chosin Yeshua's chochma v'das yiras Hashem hiyotzaro. Omer Rav Shoshem Achdisa Odom Ledin. After 120 years, you come before Bezdin Shalmala. Omer lo nosata v'nosate be'emuna. The word emunas. That's alluding. The first question I ask a person: did you engage in business honestly? First question.
First. Is that the right way?
Well, this is Tosas says it's a contradiction because the Gemara says in Sanhedrin. No. The Gemara says Sanhedrin. The first question is Torah, and the second is: did you act honestly in business? That's so Tosas says questions. It's a contradiction. Gemara Shabbos says one thing. Gemara Sanhedrin says the first question is Kavati Milat Torah. So Tosas answers that a person who learns always, that person's asked the question: did you act honestly in business? Because he does learn. The person who doesn't continuously learn, his question asks him: did you set times to study? Okay, so it depends who's being who the Bezdin is addressing. Okay, that's how Tosas reconciles the two. The second is what Kavati bin La Torah. That's itecho. Itecho means time. Osakti pir v'ribio. The third question is chosin. Did you engage in procreation? Ki loshin chosin loshin yoresh. Sipisa Yeshua. The third question: did you wait for the salvation, coming of Mashiach? Because that's what Yeshua's. Yeshua, were you yearning for the salvation? Pilpalto b'chochma. Did you engage in Torah discussion? That's chochma. Hevant dover. Did you apply yourself to try to extrapolate from one level to go to the next level? That's what? That's das. Chochma is just knowledge. The other is, das is to extrapolate, because this is, therefore I understand something else. Singular it is. Vafilu hochi, but it concludes, the pasuk concludes, Yiras Hashem Yotzaro. But the ultimate, what keeps it all together? Yiras Hashem, that's the storage location. Vafilu hochi, Yiras Hashem Yotzaro ein ilolo. If you have you could have all this, the Torah, the Chochmah. If you have Yiras Hashem, that will keep it all intact. If not, you don't have it. Moshel Odom Shom L'Shlucha. We left off yesterday. Halili Chitim La'Lio. He says, take the wheat, bring it up to the second story to store it there. Velolo, and he put it there to store away. Omalo Iraftabo Kav Chumtin. Did you take a certain measure of this inedible to intermingle it in the wheat as a preservative? Omalo Lo. I didn't. Mutav and Lo Elisha. He says, if that's the case, it's all futile. You accomplish nothing, because ultimately it's going to rot. So what's the point of storing it away if ultimately when we need it, it's going to be all rotted? Because you didn't put the chumtin, you didn't put the preservative with the wheat. Biru bazem malas hayiro. So the moshel is bringing out, is elucidating what is the specialness of yiro. Daki adin im hoyo odam hanegoso kasher yoroilo mashniber bodam hanesham min al yonim. If a person would conduct himself properly, in an appropriate way, he was created with a neshama which comes from another part of existence, spiritual existence. Kach tichilas dino nosat be'emuno ki be'el yonim ein echad mekabel muzuloso. The fishim echad hoy mekabel muzuloso hoy be'em harkovo sher mekabel muzuloso. Says something interesting. He says the makeup in the spiritual world, there are no composites. It's pure in its essence. An angel or the neshama. The neshama comes from that location. And the neshama is not a composite of anything. A human being is a composite. You're spiritual, physical. The body itself is made up of multiple elements, right? The four base elements. But in the Elyonim, there's no such thing. Who is the person? The person is neshama. Did you take something which is not yours? If you took something and integrated into you, that's already That's not. It's lacking in the purity. Because what are you? A person is his neshama. So therefore, when you come before Bez Neshama, the first question they ask you, Nosata be'emuna. Did you act honestly in business? Do you have anything in your possession which you have no right to? That has no relevance to the spiritual, to the upper stratospheres. Although they do receive from Hashem, right? It says every being is sustained by Hashem, otherwise you would not exist. Because Hashem is not considered He's sustaining you. It's not from another angel or another. So the whole idea engaging in business and commerce, what is that? That you're interacting. You could interact in a permitted way. So your essence is neshama, but yet your function as a human being, you can't live as a lone being on a desert island. You have to have some kind of interaction with other people, right? It's business. So that already, it's a murkav, meaning that you're being sustained or that you advance yourself is because of your engaging with somebody outside of yourself. In the spiritual world, you are what you are because that's what you are. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Each angel, each person functions independent of the other. But as a human being, you can't function as a lone being. There is a certain interaction with others. The concept of just simpleness, meaning one entity doesn't exist on the terrestrial level. But a human being, he has masomaton. You engage with others. The word maso means give and take. There is a give and take. Because a human being in his essence is a composite. So that even if you're a murkov, even though you receive from others, did you receive it legitimately? What you have, is it meant to be part of you, or is it not meant to be part of you? What? If it's not going to be paid, because it was meant to be paid, that means you retained something that you had no right to retain. That's the reason. Doesn't make a difference. A person has to act responsibly and whatever it is, address that he shouldn't retain what he has no right to retain, even alone. As a human being, it's not possible to be totally independent. The Chofetz Chaim writes in the Abbas Chesed, as a human being, he says, Chesed, everybody needs Chesed. Whether you're poor, whether you're wealthy, he says, even the person who has endless amounts of money, what happens if he dies? Somebody has to tend to his burial needs. This covered ames, you escort him to the cemetery. That's covered ames. So everybody needs, regardless of how independently wealthy you may be, and you're a self-provider or even provide for others, but everybody is in need of chesed. Some say, as a human being, there's no such thing as you're able to function totally alone without other people somehow interacting in your life. That's the point he makes. And that's the whole idea of chesed, doing chesed with others, and everybody's in need of chesed. To be continued.
What's the point of these questions?